standards, but a lovely ground. But the base is a jewel in the crown, and so we want to make sure that this is a ground that is a sporting venue, not just for New Zealand, but for all across the world. I think we rank in the top 10 of international cricket venues, and we're going to invest 22 million over the next few years to make sure the RA Advanced stand is upgraded. We'll try and sort out what we do with the future of the museum stand. People will survive, will cope, will get through. Economically it's important as well. We don't want to have a situation in Christchurch, it's taken 5 or 6 years to recover. So we'll do the best we can there. Housing, transport and the economy are the other major foci for me. Making sure that housing is affordable. Look, we don't want Wellington to be another Auckland. And we want to have a confident city that people want to come and move to. I think it's the best city in the country. It's a lovely spot. You can't beat Wellington on a good day. And I'd like to think you can't beat it on any day really. But it's making sure that people can live in the city and they love being here.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you coming on the Dilmar Tea Party today.
Thanks, Laura.
You had the chance to win one of 6 Dilmar goodie bags valued at $85 each. To enter, simply purchase a pack of new look Dilmar Premium 100 teas, then go to www.dilmar.co.nz/tea party, enter the barcode from the pack, answer the question and you are in the draw to win. Geordie Barrett and Ricky Riccatelli are with me from the Hurricanes. Very excited to have you boys here. So you both individually had sensational years. Geordie, this is your first season with the Hurricanes. Pretty exciting. Ricky, have you given him much advice?
He's pretty onto it, kid, so yeah, not really much advice for Geordie. He just does his work.
What about an initiation to getting into the team? Is there anything that the Hurricanes make you do once you get in the mixer?
I haven't heard anything yet, but yeah, hopefully not. Yeah, hopefully that's not the case. So.
Tell me a little bit about your year. You went from playing down in Canterbury, winning the Mitre 10 Cup, then you were the All Black apprentice. Does it feel like it's just gone so fast for you, that whole process?
Yeah, it was a bit of a blur really. Everything happened very quickly. Just playing club rugby for Lincoln and taking away my studies, and then everything just sort of went in leaps and bounds and had a very good year, and I'm very lucky to do the things I was able to do.
And in your first season, you won the Super Rugby title.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that and that experience for you and what you've learnt coming into this next season, which I'm sure you'll play an even bigger part.
Yeah, obviously, last year for me was a massive learning curve for me as a person, as a rugby player. I've learned a lot off the field as well, and had some awesome people to learn off, and some really good sportsmen. And I was fortunate to have Colsey in my position too, which was massive for me, just so I could see what he did off and on the field, and yeah, it really just grew me as a person and as a sports player as well. So there was a lot of things, and obviously we had a good run at the end there and ended up winning the title. So, but yeah, we're not getting too ahead of ourselves this year. We're out there to win it, not defend it. So yeah.
Now you boys are incredibly busy, but you also have time to fit in your studies as well. How do you find that balance?
Yeah, it is tough at times, especially when travelling away. It's not so bad when you're at home and you can study or go to lectures in your off days and whatnot. But if you're away and travelling, it is tough, and you got to take your books with you, and it is quite hard to find a balance, but it's a good balance as well.
Would you recommend it to young sportsmen coming through that they do try and find a way to do both?
100%. For me, as I said, I went down to Dunedin and studied for 3 years, and I've got 2 more papers to go to finish my degree, and you never know what can happen in sport, and you're only one injury away from having to go back into the working force and stuff like that. So you've got to have a backup plan, and you're only playing rugby for a certain amount of time, and after that you've got to have something to fall back on. So it's really key to study.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, boys, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I've got some little Dilmar goodie bags here for you to take home. Thank you so much. Best of luck for the season. We look forward to watching. And we look forward to watching some more Test cricket just after this.
Just completing tea on day 3 of the first test of the base reserve between New Zealand and Bangladesh. And the players have enjoyed getting out of the wind, which is getting up quite considerably for this final session. A session that New Zealand would be relatively satisfied. They managed to score 131 runs off 25 overs thanks to Kane Williamson, who was in a great touch, batting at 3 and cuts. And along with Tom Latham, they put on an excellent partnership of 77. Tom's Latham had a small amount of luck, but also skated with some great pull shots. Played the spin very well, and he brought up his 50. And they're looking very secure. Williamson brought up his 50. And then after that, he got to 53. A very good delivery by Tuscan. Got the outside edge in the first test wicket. And a very celebrated Bangladesh side. Ross Taylor has been nothing short of positive and looked in great touch. First test innings since his 100 in Hamilton before the eye operation. One bit of luck, but he has moved through to 36 of just 33 deliveries. The way he's played the left arm spin, Shakib, has been brilliant. The players make their way out. New Zealand 186 for 2 of 43 overs. A very good scoring rate of 4.33 runs per over. Everyone's got a start, but they'll need one of Latham or Taylor to get a big 100. The 5 bowlers used by Bangladesh. And wickets to Tuscan and Campbell. And it's not easy work, but Bangladesh have that big first innings total of 595. So New Zealand still trail by 409 runs, and 209 runs more needed to follow on. So set for the final session. 37 overs to be completed. 2 hours, so we will be doing overtime. It certainly has clouded over and cooled down, and the northerly is running through. Ross Taylor has looked in great touch against pace and spin, using his feet.
Hasn't missed a beat, has he, since been out of the game for 6 weeks after that eye operation? And what I like is the positive intent he's shown, particularly against left arm spin. It was a plan from Bangladesh to get Shakib Al Hasan into the attack when he walked to the crease, but no fear right from the beginning of the innings. And what that forced the stand-in skipper Tamim Iqbal to do was to take Shakib out of the attack. So great tactics from Ross Taylor. And the loss of Kane Williamson, if anything, has actually increased the scoring rate.
Look at Taylor and the form and the striking that he was putting in.
Yeah, I think his intent has changed, not just because of the eye problem and the issue that appears to be solved there, but I think we saw that in Hamilton when he had the problem. Remember the test match he was not possibly going to play because of the eye issue. In the end, he made exactly the right decision to play. He played beautifully in the first innings and sensationally well in the second innings. And I think it's as much as intent as well, and getting to the stage of your career where you should feel confident. Your numbers there are subtle changes in his technique.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up. What, do you think the fact that he's back to the old Ross Taylor, where he's holding the bat up in the air, has much to do with it? You can see in New Zealand's second innings where Ross Taylor, 102 not out, was a high-quality innings. Similar vein to what we're seeing from him today. I don't want to put the mockers on him and say he's going to go on and equal Martin Crowe's New Zealand record of Test match hundreds, but it's a couple of seasons of batting with the bat on the ground, and now he's back to the old Ross Taylor.
I remember interviewing him after he got that 100, and the 2 things he talked about in was, one, the mindset, and being more positive. He said, when I've been successful in the past, I've been a lot more aggressive. So that's one thing. And the other one he said is he's standing more side on. We talked about the bat being up. He said sometimes he has it down, sometimes he has it up. He's not sure what he's doing, just what feels right at the time. But he certainly talked about being more side on in his stance. And he said that probably highlights when he is holding the bat up. But his balance against the left arm spin today when he's using his feet was great. Latham is going to get him underway after tea. Very strong through that third man backward point region.
Well, it is a terrific shot, and he is so good in that area. A lot of left-handers are, but Tom Latham, this is fast becoming a trademark for him. He's got the width there. Its pitch has got so true in terms of its bounce that you've got confidence to play the shot. Slightly in the air, but there's no fielder anywhere within cooey of it, so there's no danger. And now I sort of sense this is a dangerous session for Bangladesh. All the good work they did with the bat could be undone quite quickly if they don't just bolster things with the ball. It's still a long way in front, clearly, but
The bolted the offside. They've put the man up from the hook and put him into about a fourth slip area. So the short ball will be on to Paul. His partnership now 60, just 59 deliveries. Five off the over, 191 for 2. So 36 overs left in the day's play. New Zealand going along at 4.34 and over, even at 4 and over. And we only get maybe 30 overs, and that's 120. So New Zealand would be in the 300s. Knowing the follow-on is 396, and then Bangladesh would have to bat again. So they're moving the game along. But Bangladesh will know one wicket will open up the middle order for New Zealand. Henry Nicholls, pressure on him. Colin de Gronholm. Probably Taylor's the one they want because he's scoring so quickly.